we do have Jody Upshaw in the building. What's up, Jody?
Hey, RS.
No need to be nervous, too, by the way. It's all fun here, man. We just, playing music on a Sunday, right? So I just wanted to ask you, like, how old are you, for those that might not know?
I'm 12.
See, and that's so young. Like, the sky's the limit. You have, like, unlimited amount of things you can do. And what got you interested in being a singer? Like, for those that don't know, your father's Marvin Upshaw, a.k.a. KL. He's done music in the past. Maybe you heard some of your father's music and wanted to, maybe it was an influence on you?
Yeah, I've always been exposed to music, especially since my dad was a rapper and all that.
Is he retired officially? What's going on? Coming back. He's coming back. All right.
Nah, he's over. He's over.
Oh, he's over.
He's over.
There's no father-daughter track coming?
No.
She won't let you?
No.
Is that what it
Cutting it off, man. Say I'm old school now.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. All right. But yeah, so you heard some of your father's music and...
Yeah. I've always just taken vocal lessons at Long and McQuaid, and Lamar Ash gave me some vocal lessons too,
okay.
And music was just came naturally to me.
Who are some of maybe the people that you heard when you were growing up that you liked that made it maybe even wanted you to be a part of it even more?
Alicia Keys, Jay-Z, Etta James. Whitney Houston was probably one of the first ones that I looked up to as one of my main idols.
Did you say Whitney Houston?
Yeah.
Nice one. Yeah, man. Definitely. Can you hit them notes like Whitney?
Hopefully someday.
That's cool. You know what I mean? And so who are some of the artists that you might listen to now, like that may even influence you?
Chris Brown.
Yep.
Janelle Monáe.
Oh,
I'm really interested in
I love her. Yeah. She's really dope.
Yeah.
If you can perform like her, then there you go. Because she's all over the place, but it's good. You know what I mean? So, and speaking of performing, have you been performing at events? And if so, like what kind of events?
Yeah, I've done the ANSMA Awards.
Yep.
I've performed on the Christmas Daddy stage.
Nice.
Done a lot of different recitals and school talent shows and stuff like that.
So being so young, have you got, like, what's the reception been? Have people kind of not, because I know sometimes they might not take you serious and think, oh, who's she? And then you go up there and blow them away. Like, what's the reception been so far?
That happens a lot. Like, sometimes people, there are other people who are like, oh, she's so young. And then when they come off stage, it's like, wow, you're so young, but you have such an older voice.
Yeah. No, that's good. Keep that. You know what I mean? And then so... like, what's your plan? Do you have like plans to do an album and maybe more performances and stuff like that?
Well, right now I'm just trying to do covers and singles.
Okay.
And hopefully when September comes, I'll get to do some performances at schools and appeal to the younger age, my age group.
And for anybody listening right now, again, this is Jody Upshaw in the house right here on CKDU 88.1 FM. What's your like social media for those that can follow you and keep up on your music and what you've already done and what you may be doing?
I'm on SoundCloud at Jody Upshaw, Instagram, Jody Upshaw. Everything's basically Jody Upshaw. I got Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all that. It's just Jody Upshaw.
Okay, cool. So let's give him one of these covers. This is actually featuring a friend to the show, Caleb Simmons, If I Were a Boy, the Beyonce song, right? What was like, I guess, what made you want to redo this one and put it out there for the people?
Well, Beyonce's always been a very powerful inspiration to me. I seen her in concert over the summer, and that was a moment to me that was like, wow, I know I have to be a singer. I have to work to that. So I thought it'd be cool to just get that Beyonce side of me out.
Okay, cool. So let's do this. Anybody you want to shout out right now or, that might be listening?
My MAGA basketball girls. Caleb Simmons, because he's in this.
Actually, and I was going to ask you, what made you, like, how did the Caleb collabo come to be on this?
Well, Caleb's my cousin, too.
Okay.
And I've always seen him on Canadian Idol. I've seen him on Canadian Idol before, and his voice is so unique, and I just wanted to work with that.
Nice. Okay. Shout out to Caleb Simmons. We're definitely going to get into something from him later, too. Keep it locked to the All Local Joints edition of Smooth Grooves. CKDU 88.1 FM. Jody Upshaw. Here she is with Caleb, If I Were a Boy. Check this out. Jody Upshaw featuring Caleb Simmons, If I Were a Boy, that Beyonce cover, and that was really nice, man. Congrats on that. But I was just gonna ask you, like, what the whole TMG part of it, like, how did you link up with TMG? Like, what made you, I guess, link up with TMG?
Well, one day my dad was just like, oh, I'm gonna take you to the studio and just check it out, and I didn't know much about it, and then I met Corey there.
Yep.
Who's in Neo Dreams, and I just met him. for the first time. And when Jay Brew sent me the beat for the song Slow Down, we wanted to record it somewhere, and I was like, let's go back to Corey and record it there.
Nice, yeah, it sounds good. Was that when you did If I Was a Boy, was that your first time recording, like in the studio?
No, my first time was with Slow Down.
Oh, okay, Slow Down, nice. All right, cool. So are you signed to TMG? Is that or are they helping to promote your music, or how?
Yeah, Tony is my co-manager right now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice. Well, shout out to Tony and TMG, and any artist or any company, I should say, that's bringing up some of these younger artists, because there's a lot of talent here, but we definitely need some fresh talent to keep it going here in Nova Scotia and Atlantic Canada. All right, so we can get into this song with Jay Brew called "Slow Down." Tell us about the song. What is it all about?
Well, it's all about taking your time in things and being precise, and then everyone's going fast these days. Just slow down and do what you want to do.
And enjoy life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you write all of your own stuff? Is this something you wrote?
Of course, that was my dad, and with the song Young Love, Neon Dreams helped with a little bit of the chorus there.
We'll get into that too. All right, so Jody Upshaw here in the studio, and again, everything Jody Upshaw across the board, all your social media?
Instagram, everything, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, it's all Jody Upshaw.
What do you like best out of all those? What do you use the most, I should say?
Instagram.
Instagram? Okay, cool. I like that. All right, so Jody Upshaw, here she is with Jay Brew. This is a premiere. I don't know if it's a radio premiere, but definitely a Smooth Grooves premiere right here of Slow Down. CKDU 88.1 FM. Check this out. 88.1 FM, CKDU, Slow Down. Jody Upshaw, man, you got a jam right there. That's jamming. All right, congrats on that, too. It's featuring Jay Brew, and the beat's actually from Jay Brew as well, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Shout out to Jay Brew doing his thing. I just like hearing a different kind of vibe, and that's so fresh for what's going on here in Nova Scotia. So shout out to you on that. All right. So this next song we got is called Young Love with Neon Dreams, right?
Yes.
And can you tell us a little bit about that? Did you write the song? And I can kind of probably imagine what it's about, but you can enlighten us.
Well, Young Love, I wrote it, and it's about being in love with something or someone.
Okay.
So being passionate about something, but not being taken serious because of your age.
Yeah, this is why I like the point of view. Not a lot of people get to hear that point of view. And let me ask Dad for a second. when you hear your young daughter talking about young love, what did you first Did she come at the song with you, or did she come to you with the song first, or did you help her co-write it and all that?
At first, I think we just got the beat, didn't we? And the process sort of became listening to the beat and then having a vibe to it. And it's almost like you hear the hook, and then I'm looking at my younger daughter, and music tends to, it teaches you how to express yourself and have an understanding of yourself. So it just came naturally that you're young teeny bopper. I don't know what you want to call it. 12. You're not a teenager yet, but you're getting there. So music, it helped me grow up, and I use my music to express myself and my feelings and trying to map things out for myself. So Young Love came naturally to it just vibed, it just connected, man. I'm not sure about how the process actually works. It just sort of comes once you play that song over and over, the beat, the instrumental's just hitting, and things just come to your mind, right? So we collabed on it, and it turned out to be what it is. We got a shout out to Frank Cadillac from Neon Dreams, helping us with a good vocal reference for the hook too. And Neon Dreams in general has been just great with Jody, TMG Entertainment. Shout outs to that. Jay Brew. There's a lot of development that she's going through, but with the process, we got a lot of help.
Nice. And I'm going to talk to you more after. Let's just play this song, and then I'll come back and ask you a few more questions. All right. CKDU 88.1 FM. We got Jody Upshaw and her dad, Marvin Upshaw, a.k.a. KL, live in the studio. Shout out to Israel, who's here. Jolt. He's in the building. The video is popping, man. And look out for that video too. Later on in the show, we're going to talk to Certified, probably about 6:30. All right, so make sure you keep it locked to all local joints edition of Smooth Grooves on CKDU 88.1 FM. Check this out. Jody Upshaw right there with Young Love, produced by Neon Dreams. Shout out to Neon Dreams. You know what I mean? I was just asking off air if you guys took any of this. Any of these tracks to radio, but you said this was actually the debut of that song on the radio, and maybe her very first radio interview right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But that, to me, that song especially sounds like a hit. Like that should be something that gets played on mainstream radio. So hopefully they, don't wait until you make it big in Toronto before they play it. Like this is something that, should be played right now. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, and I'm definitely going to play it here until they tell me I can't. So there you go. All right. So yeah, back to Pops for a minute. So, so like, you mentioned that music, like you did it when you were younger. When did you, like I see, like she said, Tony's her co-manager. Are you like taking part in the management of your daughter, like to more so, make sure she steers clear of someone maybe that may take advantage of her talents and not, be in her best interest? Or?
Yeah, like the development with her has been quite rapid. Like she's been exposed to so much music early in her life that I've been sort of guiding her through paths of what I know and understand from my history of music, which doesn't extend that far, but I still got that experience, working with Ground Squad, Classified, for those who don't know, and like Tro Biz. I've been a big part of helping out on the local scene in my past years. But it's funny because her age, I'm up past 30 now. I'm not going to tell you how old, but I'm up past 30 now, and things have changed like drastically from the amount of online and how fast people respond and their impulses. It's changed the landscape of how to promote yourself, how to market, even her way of going about doing covers as opposed to trying to do an album for a whole year and like just doing a whole album for a whole year, trying to write. And the creative process has just changed because now you drop a single and you push that single. To do an album, people don't respond. Like I know when I'm listening to my music now, I got plenty of artists, but I very rarely listen to the same artist's tracks full through. When I used to just put in an album and just listen to it. Yeah. So it's a lot of development. And as a manager, I'm trying not to manage her, but just be that sort of guiding hand so she can, take flight on her own, right? So that's where Tony comes in, give her a different perspective so it's not dad shaking his finger and saying, well, back in my day and all that. And just, help her on her own way. But she got a mind of her own, and I definitely push her to express that in every avenue.
Do you think maybe deep down, like you might be trying to like live vicariously through her, like maybe to fulfill something that you never had a chance to do yourself, possibly for whatever reason? Like maybe you're like, this is it. Like I can finally reach that, level.
Yeah, RS got jokes. Okay?
No, I'm not even joking. I'm being serious.
No. But honestly, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm inspired when I see her, have this raw talent in her that I always wanted to be a singer back in my day. I was in like Baptist youth choirs and stuff when I was young. I just couldn't hit that note. So now seeing her doing it, I was like, okay, got that R&B tip. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't trying to live through her like that. But I also have an understanding that I can't do it that way, and I can't totally push all my views and what I like just on her. I can just give her my knowledge through my experience, right?
So is it hard to be like that hands off sometimes? Like you might, approach a certain topic and just be like, I just got to let her write the song or let her do what she does.
Yeah. And she'll let me know too, right? Like at this age, she's 12 with the mind of like 20-year-old or a 19, she'll tell me real quick, stay in your place, man. Like stay in your place.
She already won't let you on a track.
Yeah, I coached her her and her team for Sackville Storm. Shout outs to Sackville Storm basketball. They're doing good things. And she lets me know on the athletic side of things straight up, like here's where I need you, here's where I don't. And we're getting that balance, but hopefully I don't have to do this for long. I think she's going to come along quite well with or without me at this point. I can just sit back and sort of be that cornerstone, right, to give advice when needed.
Well, good. That's just, I don't know. I just think it's a pretty unique thing, especially to be that young and to have like a father who was in music and, stuff like that. And so big ups for doing your thing with Jody, and hopefully it all works out. I'm sure it will. The sky's the limit. Like I said, the potential is just, what do you see, like, or where would you like her to be, say, in 5 or 10 years from now?
I would just like her to be able to do her her own work in her own way. You know, that independent route is always the best route. Like if you get signed to a label these days, I see it time and time again. You know, you get shelved, you get told how to do this, how to do that. The process that she's going through right now is just experiences, so she'll take that and hopefully be able to make her own decisions. And you know, I'm always proud of her no matter what she does, and just give her the confidence to like make sure she's still doing her art and expressing herself the way she wants to, and does the music she needs to do for her own self, right? Because music is therapy, and that's one thing I try to tell her, that, you know, when you're stressed, you know, you can always go back to music. It's a universal language, and you can speak through that, and you speak to yourself through that. So, yeah, I just hope that in the future she does her own thing, and, you know, just write me my check, and I'll sit back. I'll just sit back, right?
Get that publishing, right? So here's a question, like, kind of like, you know, what would you say in your experience when you were doing music? Like, I'm going to ask you, like, both sides of the spectrum. What would you say was the best part about you doing music, and then what would you say is the worst part? Or even like if it wasn't a personal experience, what do you see now as like the best part and the worst part about doing music?
I think the best part is just, you know, the performance side is big. It's big. Being able to be on stage and, like, you know, work with other producers, artists, you know, collab a lot, and figuring out how, like, you know, every aspect of the industry works now. Now, I never got the pleasure to work on every aspect of the industry, but the best part of it was just the learning process and being able to connect with other artists and other vibes. The worst part is, you know, the demand or the stress that, hey, it reflects back on you. Like I tell her, you're gonna take criticism, and especially you're gonna take it from yourself. You know, when you hear that track, it might be crazy when someone else hears it, and then to yourself, you might be speculating back to yourself and say, hey, you know, why did I write that, or why did I sing it this way? You're your worst critic. Yeah. So it's a really self-examining process when you get into music that sort of it helps, but it also keeps you self-conscious a lot more than you should as an artist.
Yeah, for sure. Jody, like, where do you see yourself maybe in 5 to 10 years in this music business? You know? Or what are your goals, maybe short term and long term? That's probably a better question.
On the radio, I want kids my age to look up to me and say, I want to be like her. Or kids younger than me, too. Yep. Or kids my age just saying, wow, I'm her age and she's doing something.
That's dope. You know what I mean? Well, I just want to thank you for coming in. And when you got an album or whatever is something coming up, like, please come through again and give us an update on how things are going. And again, everything across the board is Jody Upshaw as far as social media. Do you have like a website or anything like that? Or
no.
It's just all social media for now. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say. Anything?
Yeah. Well, that's just the process now. I think, you know, working with TMG Entertainment has been a great blessing on us, because they're helping develop her in a way that as her father I can't totally. So we're just working on you know, covers, working with Jay Brewer, working with Corey LaRue, Adrian Morris, you know, Caleb Simmons. This list is going to continue most likely, but I think her process now is gaining a following and gaining as much understanding as possible. Even coming to the radio show with URS, you know, big ups to that. This is a new experience for her, and she was telling me she was nervous, and I was saying, you've been performing in front of a few big crowds these days, the last couple of years. You're nervous about a radio, they can't even see you. Yeah. And she said, but it's different, right? And so she'll be going through development process throughout the summer and this following year. And look out for her coming to, you know, the schools in the Maritimes, you know, school dances, talking to the kids, and getting her out on the promotion level. And then once we have a good following, we'll take it from there and hit you with that single, hit you with that album and different shows. So, yeah, cool. Just the process, man.
And you mentioned, actually, how long has she been performing? How long have you been, like, performing? You're 12 now, but when did you first, I guess, start singing or performing in front of people?
I've been singing since I was 3. I've probably been performing since I was 6.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you ready.
Music is natural for me.
Okay, nice. That's how it should be, you know. Maybe she got it from dad after all. Who knows?
Yeah, there's a gene. There's a gene in there somewhere, man. There's a gene in there.
All right. Well, I just want to thank you for coming up and playing us some music. And like I said, man, keep us updated on what's going on with you, and hope to see you doing really big things in the near future. All right.
Thank you.
Shout outs to your mom.
Shout out to my mother, who's my stylist and my makeup artist.
Nice. All right. See, it's a family affair, right? We like that.
Yeah.
CKDU 88.1 FM earlier. What should I call you? KL Marvin? What's the?
You can call me Mr. Ascension Barbershop, 1157 Bedford Highway and 73 Sackville Drive. Nah, the Barber Marvin, man, and yeah.